I've made it to the Terracotta Warriors and I'm really excited. But my god, as soon as you get out of the bus or the car or however you got here, there's about 50 tour guides. I don't know if they're tour guides or not, I think they are, but they say they're official tour guides supported by the government, and they tell you that not to take the audio guide because it's crap and it's only 20 minutes long. Anyway, it looks like there's tons of people here already, so let's get inside and have a look. This place is massive, by the way. I think the entire necropolis of this emperor is about 56 square kilometers, or about 22 square miles. There are 7,000 so far found statues, and it was completely forgotten about. And that was kind of intentional. The emperor, Qin Shi Huang, actually wanted to hide it from thieves and tomb raiders. The army were covered over with a wooden roof and then soil, so it was basically hidden. And then over time, the roof collapsed, completely burying the army underneath. It was rediscovered by two farmers in 1974 who were out digging a well in their field here, and they came across one of the statues. And since then, it's been slowly excavated bit by bit. Look. You notice I'm the only one checking out the map, because everyone else here seems to be in a huge tour group. Okay, we are here. That little dot, that's the main pit, I guess. Pit 2, exhibition hall, tourist center. Alright, let's go to pit 1 before all these tour groups sneak their way in. There's actually not that many people here. In case you're wondering what time it is as well, to judge the amount of people here, it's currently about 8:45 in the morning, but I think the real rush starts when all the tourist buses come at about 10 a.m. So I want to get into the first main pit before it really takes off. Alright, the crush is well and truly started and being squeezed here. But anyway, what's really interesting is they're done in different ranks. At the back, you have the more armoured division. And then here in the front, just about here, you have the soldiers with the chariots. But at the front, just there, you can see a couple, is the lighter division. So they're the ones they were the vanguard. They had just the cloth, they were the first in, the stormtroopers, first to get in and decimate as much as they could and pretty much sacrifice themselves. This place here has about 6,000 different soldiers in this area, but so far only about 1,000 have actually been uncovered or repaired. Also a little fact, the horses you see down there, they would have had a chariot just behind them. So you see in each one of these places there's like a gap behind each of the chariots. That's because the chariot was made of wood and it disintegrated and fell apart. It's apparently the size of 2 football fields. What a great place to come on a school tour. But you may be wondering, what are these earthen mounds for? Well, as I said earlier on, it was actually covered over. So they would have acted as the stabilizers between each, trying to hit there, stabilizers between each row of the roof. So the struts would have gone over that. So it's technically a subterranean tomb of soldiers. They would have been dug into the earth, down below, and then here you would have the roofs going over each level. There, you've got a really good example of where the warrior would have been holding the reins of the chariot that would have been right in front of him. And you can actually see as well that this is still an active archaeological pit. They have been excavating it for about 30 years, but there's still so much to go. All of underneath here has to be excavated. Every single face is different. And the reason for that was because there were over, so far documented, 100 individual sculptors that worked on these warriors. And they found it because in each warrior, they have the name of the town that the person came from, or the county, and the first name of the person, or the family name. Each one was actually quality controlled because of that. So you would go to a statue, you do a quality check. If it was a bit defective, you would actually know who made that statue and you would punish them. Oh, deadly. You can actually see some of the archaeologists up here doing their examinations. Brilliant. Just here in the background, they're getting a film of them doing the archaeology on one of the soldiers. Genuinely over the moon I got to see that. I didn't expect to see them working on it. And the mausoleum, the tomb itself, or the pit, is actually really well done. It feels like a real archaeological site. It doesn't feel super touristy. You're completely separated from the actual work and the viewpoints. That was brilliant. That was class. And there's about 1,001 kids coming here now. But there's another pit. I think this is it. Apparently there's a couple of statues that are in pristine condition somewhere here. Maybe they're in the exhibition hall. But let's go check it out. What's cool is that they're all standing talking in the impression that they're having a conference. And this pit, along with pit number 2, would have commanded pit number 1. And this pit would have made up one of the higher ranks of the guards in the whole Terracotta Army. Alright, so this is pit number 2. And apparently it has the same structure as pit number 1, with the roof system and the subterranean command, but it's also a bit more complex in terms of its battle formation. This pit was only found in 1976. Hey, look at this is class! So there's a couple of things to check out here. Look at the way that the roof was made to cave in. And then over there we've got a horse's arse sticking out. But even better, over there we have some archaeologists that are actually digging out of the ground. You can see them taking chunks out of the ground. I'm really excited to go over and have a look at, get a bit closer to them. They're actually digging the earth out. This place is brilliant. All the bags of the dirt that they're going to take away for examinations later. We have one over here who's watering the soil so it doesn't get too dusty. I didn't want to leave, I just wanted to watch them work. How cool is all of this? You have the small little pits that are half dug out. Under here you've got loads more. Who knows what they'll find. It's so cool to see it still an active archaeological site. I tell you what, I thought I had to worry about the old grannies running me over and killing me, but it's actually the students. They're small but they're mighty. I was taking a video with my phone and I had my arm up like this and a woman was pushing into me and then she went under my arm to take the photograph. You can see how they've brushed the hair strands with a wire cloth or with something, and somehow that's persisted. This guy is in a fighting pose. He's a standing archer, so he must have had his bow in his hand and his arrow down below. I think it's safe to say that the tour groups have arrived. Oh my god. But it has a different vibe. These groups just feel like they're full of energy and they're really excited to see the stuff that I want to see too. So we kind of share in the passion, which is really, really nice. Oh, this is just, I'm loving this. I'm loving this. And here's one of the entranceways. You can see that it's sloped down. Maybe that's when they were bringing the warriors down on a ramp. They would bring them down here. I'm not even listening to the audio guide because I'm just so enthralled with the size of this place. It's massive. The emperor actually had other pits that he had made, commissioned, that didn't just have an army. So he had civil servants, he had officers and officials, He also had a load of people to entertain him in the afterlife. He had statues of gymnasts and strongmen and musicians, and he had some animals made, some birds in the garden. He actually had a garden made. One of these pits somewhere is an actual garden. These are not fully excavated yet. I mean, you can see they're still doing huge amounts of work. 30 years they've been working on this place, and they've barely scratched the surface, and they have so much more to go. It'll be, at this rate, it'll be hundreds of years before this place is fully excavated. I've said his name a few times, Indiana Jones. If he was living in Asia, this is the spot he'd be working. It wouldn't be in Egypt. This would be the place he'd go. I was right. Those sags that you see all along the ridges, they're actually the remnants of the roof beams that have started to sag and cave in. So underneath here, underneath this row and then this row and then this row, are potentially hundreds more terracotta warriors and cavalry and archers. It actually makes you think of the talent that these archaeologists over here have as they go through it hair by hair to be able to piece that horse back together, or that terracotta warrior back together. You can actually see it's just complete mud. Not like there's a hollow on the inside or anything, it's just complete mud. Oh, the archaeologists are cleaning up, they're finishing up, they're gone for the day. That's them off now, bye-bye. Oh, that's interesting. An alarm goes off when they walk up on this wall here. I wonder what this big monolith is for. Are they hiding something? Was this not made by humans at all? Was this an alien race? And inside that is the machine that they used? No, it was made by humans. It was actually made by many humans over 33 years, not by aliens. Hundreds, if not thousands of workers helped design and build this structure, and it was commissioned by the emperor shortly after he became emperor, because he had this grand vision: I want this tomb. And 33 years later, before he died, he actually got to see it finished. So what we're seeing here is what he saw as well. Another fun fact is that this is the same emperor that technically started the Great Wall of China. Initially he started it as just connections between fortifications, but this man here, the fellow who commissioned this entire mausoleum, this massive necropolis, was the one who kick-started that as well. What a great day. I'm absolutely over the moon here. This is the Beyond the Xi'an Terracotta Warriors. After we go in here, we'll go back and do the immersive experience. I think you have to pay more, but whatever, we're here. Don't dead, open inside. There were hundreds of skeletons actually found in the pits or around this mausoleum. So the emperor would have stationed guards to manage all the workers, to keep them from being too rowdy, to put off invaders or attackers wanting to destroy the mound. And you might be wondering, where is the emperor actually buried? Well, the emperor is buried, they know exactly where he's buried. He's buried about 1.2 kilometers away from here, which is pretty far from his army. But I guess they're on horseback, so they'll be quick. His tomb hasn't been opened yet. And the reason for that is, according to legend, he was buried with rivers of mercury, wanting to emulate the rivers of China inside of his tomb. And of course, mercury is incredibly poisonous. So the workers here didn't want to open it and haven't opened it yet. And they've recently done studies on the soil content around his tomb. They have found extremely elevated levels of mercury. So the rumours and the historical legends could be true. It is incredibly dangerous to go inside his tomb. How many tombs in the world haven't been opened for fear of killing everyone who works on the project? Of all the places I've been in China, and I've been to some really cool temples and museums and different places, I don't know why, but this place actually takes the biscuit. Maybe even takes the cake. We're going to check out the immersive experience. Okay, 谢谢，再见。 Let's see. 18,000 for the horse. 1,100 for this little ram. Naturally enough, I mean, you're gonna get probably the most expensive little ornaments and stuff here at the actual Terracotta Museum, but that's very expensive. Fridge magnets were 50 koi, which is way more expensive than even in the West. They don't charge that much. And if they're charging that for the fridge magnets, you can only imagine the price of those statues just being massively inflated. This is the tourist center. I don't know what that is over there. That says tourist center. But maybe this is the actual tourist center, and this is the last thing then to see of the day. So get ready. This is going to be exciting. Oh wow, cool, look at that. I actually think that is the single most expensive thing I've seen in my trip in China so far. 238,000. They write the numbers so squiggly and so close. Oh, it's busy though. Let's see what they're actually selling though. Selling these little pieces. This is 6,800. Oh, okay. No video. Okay. How do I even get out of here?
Here's street shopping.
Yeah, how do I leave? I want to leave.
You want to leave?
Exit.
This here.
Okay. I can't even leave the place without having to buy something. We have a lot of staff. Hello. Hello.
Please.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Wow, what an experience that was. Anyway, what a fantastic day. Absolutely loved every moment of this, apart from maybe being hustled through the auction house. You know, you have to question, I've seen it a few times, but you have to question, why are they afraid of someone taking photos or filming? It makes me wonder about their prices. It makes me wonder about their products. Are they genuine? Are they fake? Are the prices well overblown? If I was ever to question about buying something in a place and then I saw an experience like that, you can be sure I wouldn't be trusting it. Anyway, from the Terracotta Warriors, from the huge necropolis that sits beneath our feet right here, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I really loved this. This is great. Definitely come here. The price isn't that much. And as always, stay tuned for the next one when I have no idea what's going to happen. Goodbye.